This video is to help you understand how to create an outline for your research paper on Facebook and the First Amendment. The outline that you have that I gave you in class looks like this. Roman numeral 1, Introduction, Attention Getter, Thesis Statement, Preview of Main Points. Roman numeral 2, History of the Controversy, How the Debate Started, How it Changed over Time. 3, Opposition, Their Viewpoint, Why They're Wrong. 4, My Viewpoint, Reason 1, 2, 3. And 5, Conclusion, Summarize Main Points, Restate Thesis, Clincher. This is the outline that I got from the junior English teacher, so obviously it doesn't fit perfectly for our assignment because we're not doing her assignment. So I want to show you how to modify this outline so that it will make sense for your assignment. First of all, in class you should have annotated this outline so you know what you need to be typing. Okay, here we're going to leave number 1, Introduction, Attention Getter, Thesis Statement. For the thesis statement, you're going to type whatever you came up with was your thesis. Either that Facebook does allow you do have First Amendment freedoms on Facebook, or you do not have First Amendment freedom on Facebook. And do not use the word you. And also do not say I believe that, or I think that, or in my opinion. Because your name is on the paper, we know it is your opinion. The trickiest part is probably letter C, preview of main points. Here you need to type a sentence that includes the 3 main reasons that will prove your thesis statement. If you don't remember what we talked about in class, I'll show you here. These were the ideas that third hour came up with for the no and the yes. Third hour thought the no side would say school can get involved. Talking about illegal things might make people think you're doing that. Evidence could be admitted into a court of law. Jobs might ask for passwords, and those things could affect your job. So those are the no reasons third hour came up with. Another class came up with more no reasons. People could get offended. There's consequences for what you say on Facebook, like being fired or suspended from school. Facebook posts might incite arguments, and they may prevent users from getting jobs or into college. So you see some things were the same, but maybe worded differently. The yes side from third hour said Facebook allows you to post what you want. Facebook doesn't have censorship in what you type, and that was referring to typing curse words. And if you want to cuss on Facebook, you can. There's no stars out on the words that you type. Facebook asks you to agree to terms when you create your membership, although nobody reads the terms. Facebook allows you to report inappropriate comments or harassment. The yes side also said, from a different class, freedom of speech does not allow people to say whatever they want, for example, threats. So you have freedom of speech, but you do not have the freedom to threaten someone. That's what this class was saying. Freedom of speech does not include slander. So technically, they said you do have freedom of speech, you just don't have freedom for slander. You have freedom of speech, yes, but you can't infringe on the rights of others. And then the last point was that the government is restricted by the First Amendment, not individuals, meaning that the First Amendment was to ensure that the government wouldn't monitor and punish people for what they say, but businesses or schools don't follow necessarily the same standards as the government. They can punish you for what you say if your employer doesn't like what you're saying on Facebook. That is not a violation of the First Amendment because the First Amendment was geared toward the government. That's what that class said. So either side, you could make a no or a yes argument. But whatever you pick, remember that you have to prove it with the details from your research. So whichever points you pick, you're going to type them right here. Now for history of the controversy, we don't want the history of the controversy. What we want is basically the history of Facebook and the First Amendment, right? So here on A and B, you're going to make this look like this, definitions. For A, you want it to say definition of the First Amendment. The first article in your packet is the First Amendment explained. So you will get your information for letter A from that first article. B says definition of Facebook social networking. You don't need to research what Facebook is. I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge. So for this section, when you get to doing your note cards, you're just going to use common knowledge. So for letter 2, you're not going to say history of the letter 2. Number 2, you're going to say definitions. A, definition of the First Amendment. B, definition of Facebook. Opposition, their viewpoint, why they're wrong, you can just retype that as it is. My viewpoint, reason 1, 2, 3. Now this is pretty simple because once you have stated your main points, you're going to restate them right here in the same order that you put them right here. Retype them, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. Just type them like that. And in the conclusion, you can actually retype to be the same as it's already stated right here. A couple of quick hints on how to do an outline on Microsoft Word. First of all, open up a new Word document and just probably want to first of all start by making sure your margins are correct. So page layout margins, 1-inch margins, and then go ahead and make sure that you have double spacing. And type your name, my name, your class, an hour, and the date. I actually don't know what day it is today. Okay. Remember that Miss Olalde's directions say Times New Roman, 12-point font. Now, Roman numeral 1, it's going to start, well, first of all, this is not working. We need it to be Times New Roman. There we go. It's going to start auto-formatting this for you. So this is kind of a good thing, but maybe kind of a bad thing. First of all, I don't really want this to be indented, so that's kind of a problem. Oh, well, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, after you type introduction, you push return and then you push tab, and it's going to give you a little letter A. But if you notice on her example, she has big letter A. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go numbering, and I want this one with the capital A, B, C. That way it will look like her example. So now all I have to do is continue typing. Now here comes the problem. I already did A, B, C, but now when I push return, it gives me a D. Uh-oh, what do I do? No problem. Just go up here to decrease indent, click it, and it will go back to you to give you a Roman numeral 2. Okay, now let's say you change your mind. Oops, just go increase indent. Decrease, increase, decrease, increase. Isn't that special? Okay, so pretty much it will do all the formatting for you with the letters and the numbers, as long as you remember to use the decrease and the increase, and also select the correct type of outline that you want. When you're done, save it and print it. Remember, oops, got to make sure you're in Times New Roman 12-point font and that you have your header at the top.